So, the Mulberry Alexa or the Mulberry Bayswater? Which do I recommend of these two classics from the Mulberry brand? Let's talk about it. Hello, and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. For those of you who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, fab to have you here. Those who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you're enjoying my videos. I put out videos roughly 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion, slightly more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please do head down, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrating yourself, and of course, celebrating others. So, what are we talking about today? I thought I would share with you my thoughts on the Mulberry Bayswater and the Mulberry Alexa as a point of comparison. I'm frequently asked about these two bags. I'm frequently asked about both of them because I own both of them. And I'm often asked, which do I prefer? And to be honest, it's a really interesting question. I think you probably all know from the get-go where my preference sits, but I'm going to talk you through what I think the pros and cons are of both. And then it really is a personal decision because they're actually quite different. They're not a direct competitor of one another. So I think I'll just talk you through them, and then you can make a decision as to if you're looking at either one of these bags, where do you think your money best sits? Both of these bags come from the British heritage brand that is Mulberry. Mulberry was conceived in the 70s, beautiful pieces, very elegant, timeless silhouettes. You have two bags that I think the brand is very well known for. They've had many styles over the years. Things like the Somerset, the Daria Hobo, the Willow. Those are all bag styles that you will probably recognise and will have seen kind of over the years. But I would say the Mulberry Bayswater and the Mulberry Alexa are two very classic styles from this particular brand. One is slightly older than the other. The Mulberry Bayswater, of which I have one here. This is a heritage Bayswater. This is over 25 years old in terms of the style. It's a beautiful, sophisticated, timeless piece. Many individuals own one of these or have owned one of these. It's often a bag that you'll hear referred to as a first luxury bag. They are absolutely stunning. Then you have the Mulberry Alexa. And if I'm not mistaken, this was created in conjunction with British model Alexa Chung. So it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. They've done that over the years with a few. So you had the Del Rey, which I believe was created in conjunction with Lana Del Rey. But this was created with model Alexa Chung. And I think it was in 2010 that they first released the Mulberry Alexa. This particular one that I've got in front of me is from 2010. I think this might have been one of the first special editions they ever did. This is in the Loopy Leopard. But these are two quite frequently seen Mulberry pieces. Many individuals own them, many individuals talk about them, many individuals recognise them. They are beautiful. Like I said, they're not direct comparisons, and the ones that I own certainly aren't direct comparisons. So I'm not going to talk to you really about this one versus this one, because it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't even be fair for me to compare these two, because they are quite different bags. They offer different things. So although this one's Trippy Tiger, Loopy Leopard, denim, they offer very different things. So I'm going to talk about the bags in terms of what I think of them as a core style, the pros, the cons, and then I'll tell you where my preference sits. But to be honest, long story short, they're both pretty darn good. I'll tell you that. I'll also give you a little bit of feedback in terms of what I think of my specific ones. But let's get into the bags to begin with. So I have 3 heritage Bayswaters, and that's an important distinction. So I have my black mock croc. I'm actually using this today. I have my beautiful Trippy Tiger denim, silver hardware. And then this beautiful antique pink, it's like a rose antique pink with champagne gold hardware. Fabulous, fabulous bag. I own 3. I've put my money where my mouth is in terms of this particular style because I speak very highly of it. For demonstrative purposes, I'm going to use this one. Okay, this is quite a classic variation of this. And the Mulberry Bayswater in its heritage style in the classic size is a circa 36 centimetre bag. It is top handle in nature. It does not come with a crossbody strap. Inside, you have the turn lock here, which is called the postman's turn lock, which is very classic for Mulberry. Inside, you have one large open space, which mine has a liner inside it. And then you also have a back zip pocket and then 2 pockets there, which would be good for things like credit card holder, a lipstick, a phone if you have a smaller phone potentially. But like I said, it's just one large open space. With this particular one, you also have the option of easing the sides. So at the moment, mine are pretty much cinched, but you do inside have buckles that would allow you to open that out should you wish, to give it a little bit more flexibility, to ease its shape a little bit more. I love the shape when it's cinched. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful bag. So I don't tend to do that, but you could. Like I said, it doesn't come with a crossbody strap. It is strictly top handle on the whole, crook of the arm. At a push, I could, this jacket's not helping. Without a jacket on, I can get this over my shoulder, but it's not particularly comfortable. It very much sits under my armpit, which isn't quite what I'm going for here. So I do see this, and I do recommend this more as a top handle than I do as a shoulder bag. Sometimes when I've seen these spoken about, especially in the stores, I've seen them call it a shoulder bag. It can, theoretically. I think you're more comfortable assuming it to be crook of the arm, top handle, particularly if you're going to use it a fair amount. I just don't think you'll pull it on and off your shoulder all that much, if I'm honest. But it is an absolutely beautiful bag. They have feet on the bottom, they have 4 feet there. And as a bag style, it is one that I think has really stood the test of time. It has very classic features. You have the opportunity to bring fun to a very classic silhouette with different colours, with patterns, with prints, with alternative materials. The collections frequently have multiple colours, multiple materials, different hardware options. It also gives you a great canvas to accessorise. So mine are all pretty well accessorised, as you can see. They've all got scarves on the handles, which I recommend anyway, but they've all got scarves on the handles. These 2 have charms on them. They're a great base for that. I think this is a bag that can do a lot. It's a great day bag. I use mine a lot during the day. It's a great work bag. If you don't need to fit a laptop or a large laptop, if you say, for example, you don't use tech in your place of work, or you do, but you leave an office, or you use smaller items, such as an iPad, this can work really well for you. A4 pads, all of that good stuff, you can fit in here. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. I have used mine of an evening occasionally. It won't work for everyone of an evening. I actually tend to use, they're all connected now. I've actually used this one more for evenings, which is funny because it's the most casual, I would say, of the ones that I own. This one feels the most kind of daytime. This one feels the most work. This one feels the most kind of play. I've used them all for everything, basically. The only thing I've not used this one for is an evening, but I don't think it's the best evening bag. But I do think the Bayswater is incredibly versatile. All depends on the style. You can also get a zipped Bayswater, a belted Bayswater. So there are different variations, but I tend to recommend the Heritage. The zipped can quite often be a little bit more practical in the larger size because it doesn't have a flap over the top, so it's not as restricted. So you could fit a laptop in there, a larger laptop. The belted is beautiful. You can also buy the smaller satchel Bayswaters, which is this sort of style, but a smaller version of, and that does come with a shoulder crossbody strap. So a little bit more versatile, but of course you're losing some of the capacity. Now, from a capacity perspective, it's not a bag that's a dissimilar size to this. This is an Aspinall London tote. It isn't as practical. It isn't as practical, but I think it does everything you would need it to do. I like the security aspect of it. I like the postman's lock. As much as I'm not someone who shies away from branding, I also like the fact that it's not that heavily branded. And you can buy them in quite neutral variations because I think it creates a great canvas to add your own personality over the top of it. Or, like I've done with the Trippy Tiger, throw all caution to the wind, bold print, bold accessories, let's go all out. So it's completely your decision how you want to approach it. Now the Alexa. The Alexa I have here is in a medium. This is in Loopy Leopard denim. As I said, you can buy these in many different materials, leathers. You can buy them in crinkled metallic leathers. You can buy them in goat skin, high shine. There have been matte versions. You can buy them with multiple hardwares. They are much edgier, I would say. This is a medium. So you can buy an oversized, which is a much closer in size to the Heritage Bayswaters I've just shown you. This is a medium. This, I think, as a day bag, works brilliantly. Really does. It's a great crossbody. It comes with a crossbody strap. Let me take this off. This is got a Kurt Geiger charm on it for now. So it comes with a strap. Oh, there it is. Mine is stuffed, as you can hear. I actually need to put an organizer in this, but it comes with a leather crossbody. I mean, this of course might have changed over the years. This version is fairly old, so this might have changed, but it comes with that. It buckles onto the loops here on the side, and away you go. In terms of the bag itself, the interior, wait, let's start this way. In terms of the bag itself, it is top handle. Like I said, it has that strap which connects, and it has a couple of design features. So it has the classic postman's lock. It has these leather buckles, which whilst they might appear to look like that would be what opens and closes the bag, it's not. Those have magnets underneath them, and they're purely visual. So you have to pull those up, turn the lock, and then flip the bag, and then you're in. Similar to the Bayswater, there is a cinching mechanism, but this is on the exterior. So here, you unpopper those, and the bag can pull out further should you wish it to. I have never done that. When I first bought this, I thought I would potentially do that. I decided to not. In terms of the interior, mine is one large open space, a zipped pocket on the back. You have the Mulberry there, which on the back has the code associated with this particular bag. And then you have a small slip pocket there. Again, this might have slightly changed because, of course, I bought mine pre-loved. I actually bought this from a company here in the UK called Arm Candy Bag Company. They always have beautiful pieces. I'll link them below for you. And yes, I bought this from Arm Candy Bag Company. They might have changed that because as phones and all of that stuff's changed, the interiors of bags, in turn, might have changed. Some brands do that more than others. But it's quite a useful space. You can get a fair amount in here. And what I like about this particular bag is that it's edgier. It feels fun. It's a bit more daytime, I would say. But it has an edge to it. It has a sense of playfulness, and I like that about it. I love that mine has this black leather that contrasts to this purple, red, and pink. I have a beautiful version. I love the braided handle. They don't all come with metal through the handle, but they all have this kind of braided handle. Very easy to use in terms of the kind of wearability of the bag. Now, the core usability The biggest con I would say I have with this, from a usability perspective, is I find it to be a little bit fiddly because of these. So the magnets, pulling them up, flicking them, you've got the metal here, so you're worried that you're gonna, when you pull the flap over, you're gonna hit yourself, you're gonna hit someone else, you're gonna hit something. No one wants to be doing that. Also, it's not designed really to be a top handle. I love a top handle bag, as you know. This isn't really designed, so although it has a beautiful top handle, you can't really crook of the arm it. It feels a bit cumbersome. The top handle's a little bit small. I could just do with it being like a little bit like to here maybe, which I know would potentially lessen the aesthetic of the bag, but I could just do with it being a little bit more, and it's just a bit fiddly because by the time you've unpoppered these and got to the postman's lock, these have normally clicked back in and you're kind of fiddling with it, and it can be a little bit of a pain. It is easier if it's crossbody, because of course you've got two hands to pull these and turn this. So it is a little bit easier, but I find it to be a tad on the fussy side. That's all I would say about it. It also can't do every single occasion, particularly in, well, the size I've got is great for daytime and could possibly do evening. The oversized, this can't really do work. The oversized could probably do work better. Daytime, it could also do. Evening, much less so. So, dependent on the size, yeah, the mini, a lot of people love. So, Steph from Handbagholic has a mini. Emma from the channel Emma Anders has a mini. Deb from Wild Unfiltered has a mini. All of them love them. They speak really highly of them, and I can see why. They're beautiful bags. Beautiful kind of daytime bags, I would say. I think the Alexa really comes into its own during the daytime as a crossbody bag. That's what I believe it's been designed as. I don't think it's been designed with work in mind. I don't think it's been designed with evening in mind. Maybe the odd variation. This one is actually, with all the gold hardware, etc., is fairly formal. Could be, dependent on the outfit, etc. But I actually think it really comes into its own as a day bag. And that's okay. Not every bag has to do everything. I am someone who's a little bit guilty of trying to make a bag fit into multiple scenarios, which is funny considering I have so many bags. I don't need to do that, but I do like them to be versatile if I can get them to be versatile. So that's always quite interesting how I approach that. But this is a great daytime bag. I don't use this one like I should, in all honesty. It's beautiful, the print is stunning. It could do with being used a little bit more by me. It deserves to be used a little bit more. I have no intentions of letting it go. But if I'm going to grab a Mulberry bag, in terms of my decision, I'm grabbing a Bayswater before I'm grabbing the Alexa. This has a time and a place for me. This just has more times and more places. In terms of my style, the comfort of it, the comfort on my frame, I've ummed and ahed about getting a oversized because I do wonder if it's the size that puts me off it. I actually don't think it is. I think it's because this has been designed to be a crossbody bag. I don't wear bags crossbody very often. So I think that just plays into it. But it does come into its own as that. So the strap is adjustable. I don't think I mentioned that. The strap is adjustable. It has its practicalities. It is a practical bag. It's got a good open space. They've not tried to over compartmentalize it. They've not tried to section it out. It's an easy to use, well thought through bag. I do like it very much. I find it a tad on the fiddly side, and the top handle for me could be a little bit longer, just to make it a little bit more comfortable, but that's very much preference, and also my frame as well, and what I feel comfortable on my frame. I actually think if they were to do that, the majority would probably not like it so much. So hey, that's fine. They need to appeal to their main customer. The Bayswater for me, 9.5 easy. 9.5 easy. It is in my top 3 bags. Top 3, which it shares with the Longchamp Les Pliages, the Aspinall of London, London Tote, and the Bayswater. Those 3, top 3. This, I would say, the version I've got, an 8 out of 10 because I love how unique it is, and I do enjoy using it when I use it. If I were to have one that was not in this print, I wouldn't enjoy it quite so much. I'd be looking at a 7, but still a really fantastic bag. Price point wise, you can get amazing deals on all of these on the pre-loved market, but also new from boutique, you're looking about £1,200, depending on the size, variation. They can go anywhere really from about 1,000 to about 1,500, depending on the size, pattern, print, you know, what work's gone into the bag. They are beautiful. They really, really are. These aren't the only two classics. You can also buy the Lily, which is a flat bag. You can buy the Iris, which is another top handle style. You can buy Bayswater totes. You can buy a lot of different bag styles. These just happen to be ones that I really, really enjoy. The Islington is a new top handle style as well. I happen to really like these two. The only other additional one I've considered adding from time to time is a Lily. I've spoken about that a few times. I go back and forth. But I think they're beautiful bags. I think they're well worth looking at. Mulberry, I'm seeing much more conversation about. I'm really pleased about that. It's a fantastic brand. Please don't all get so interested that you end up driving up the prices. Let's try and keep them at the level that they're at. Thank you so much. But I think they really do deserve the credit that they get from individuals who use the bags, because they are beautiful. They reinvent them time and time again through colour, through pattern, through print. They're beautiful. And like I said, they can work really well as a canvas for accessorizing and for expression of personality, or you can go all out and they have some fantastic, fantastic special editions. So there we are, everyone. That's what I think of the Bayswater and the Alexa. Both really great bags. One that works much better for me than another, but I actually think a lot of individuals would do it the other way around. I think you would see it from a different perspective, and you would probably flip the two in terms of how I perceive them versus how you might perceive them. But let me know, do you own either of these? Are you planning to own either of these? If you own both, what's your preference? If you have owned both and let one go, why did you let it go? Love to hear from you. Thank you so much as always for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now. Mwah.